Welcome back to our channel, dear viewers. Today, we're diving into the gripping world of Five Nights at Freddy's, a game that will keep you on the edge of your seat. In this video, we explore the heart-wrenching story of Mike, a dedicated older brother who is determined to protect his younger sister, Abby, in the face of unimaginable challenges. Given that the initial game was released nearly a decade ago, I assumed that this film would target a more mature audience. However, that is not the case. It is rated as PG-13, which was the first opportunity for me to watch it. Out of the approximately 12 individuals present, I estimate that at least half were children aged 12 and under. Clearly, this film is intended for a much younger demographic than I initially expected. So be sure to watch the video to the end to analyze all aspects of the loop.
I will work and you will sleep.
I understand.
What's the story? In the Five Nights at Freddy's, the protagonist, Mike, takes care of his younger sister, Abby. Their parents are absent from their lives due to the tragic abduction of their brother, Garrett, years ago. Mike struggles to hold on to his jobs and is barely making ends meet, while his cruel Aunt Jane attempts to gain custody of Abby. A career advisor assigns Mike to a job as an overnight security guard at Freddy Fazbear's, a deserted pizza restaurant. The animatronic characters, originally designed to entertain guests with music, now exhibit strange behavior as they freely roam the establishment. There is an unsettling presence about them, and it appears that they have targeted Abby as their next victim. The character. 1. Mike.
Hi, this is Mike. I was just calling to see if that job that you offered was still available.
The security guard.
I will take anything.
Josh Hutcherson portrays Mike, a desperate guardian responsible for his younger sister, Abby. In order to make ends meet, he accepts a position as the night security guard at a rundown family fun restaurant named Freddy Fazbear's. However, it quickly becomes evident that his duties extend beyond keeping intruders at bay. Mike must also contend with the presence of a group of animatronic characters who inexplicably come to life and pose a threat to anyone who crosses their path. 2. Elizabeth.
Security guard.
Can I help you, officer?
Have you met them yet? The police searched Freddy's top to bottom.
Elizabeth portrays a genial police officer who possesses the deep knowledge of the restaurant's background. Interestingly enough, she seems to be the least sought-after cop in existence. Or perhaps the city is devoid of crime altogether. Spends her days loitering around a defunct eatery. A single call interrupts the monotony over the radio. 3. Steve.
Available.
Yes.
Matthew Lillard completes the cast by playing the role of Steve, the career counselor who assists Mike in finding his job. I wanted to share my story with you. I started my channel in early 2023 because I love talking about and reviewing movies and series. YouTube seemed like the perfect platform for me to express myself, as there are people who share my interest in reviewing movies. However, I have been feeling discouraged because I haven't received enough support. I have made the decision that if I don't reach 1,000 subscribers within a month, I will stop uploading videos. I have until the end of November to reach this goal, so please help me continue on this journey. Is it any good? 1. I was particularly impressed by Josh Hutcherson in the movie. It was great to see him back on the screen, and I was truly amazed by his portrayal of a security guard who is not only responsible for his younger sister, but also dealing with the lasting trauma of his brother's disappearance. One of the most intriguing aspects of the film, which may not appeal to everyone, is the idea that he can delve into his own dreams and uncover buried memories. He believes that by doing so, he may be able to uncover the truth about his brother's disappearance and find the person responsible. Honestly, I didn't expect any of this when I started watching the movie. I thought it would mostly revolve around battles with animatronic monsters inside Freddy's. And while that does happen, there is also a heartfelt aspect to the story. Alongside the well-executed horror sequences, the film explores the potential creepiness of animatronics coming to life and their sinister intentions. However, the movie devotes a significant amount of time to developing its characters and their emotional journeys. It's this emotional depth that truly sets the film apart. 2. This film, based on the popular horror video games, initially begins strong with relatable characters, an enjoyable aesthetic, and the comedic undertone. However, it ultimately loses its momentum and falls apart as it progresses. Emma Tammi, the director and co-writer of Five Nights at Freddy's, successfully introduces us to a family that we can root for and genuinely care about. The film cleverly incorporates playful humor alongside the trademark jump scares from the game, resulting in a fun and spooky experience. The practical visual effects and the eerie restaurant setting also add to the overall atmosphere. While the mystery surrounding Garrett's abduction initially captivates our attention, as more details are revealed, certain aspects start to feel inconsistent and hastily put together. It seems as though certain elements were forced into the narrative. Additionally, some of the performances contribute to an awkwardness, creating a sense that something is being clumsily concealed from the audience. The reveals lack the impact and satisfaction they were intended to deliver, instead feeling rushed and poorly executed. Ultimately, the film overstays its welcome and could have benefited from being shorter by a night or two. I think that the most beautiful part when watching a movie is discussing the topic with other people. So tell me what you think about Five Nights at Freddy's. What you like about the movie, what you hate about the movie, and how would you give the film out of 10? I will tell you my rate at the end of the video. Is it any weak? 1. My issue with the film was not so much that it targeted a younger audience, but rather that I found it uninteresting. Five Nights at Freddy's took me by surprise with its slow pace and lack of excitement. While I appreciate a slow-burning narrative, the slow parts must be engaging and the payoff must be worthwhile. Unfortunately, this movie fails on both accounts. Approximately 80 to 85% of the film focuses on Josh Hutcherson's family drama and unraveling a mysterious past. These slow scenes do not contribute to the overall plot or lead anywhere meaningful. Perhaps this is an element of deep lore that I am unfamiliar with because I haven't played the game. However, even if I had played the game, I'm unsure if this approach would appeal to me. 2. Given that the initial game was released nearly a decade ago, I assumed that this film would target a more mature audience. However, that is not the case. It is rated as PG-13, which was the first opportunity for me to watch it. Out of the approximately 12 individuals present, I estimate that at least half were children aged 12 and under. Clearly, this film is intended for a much younger demographic than I initially expected. I don't believe that being a pre-existing fan of something is a prerequisite for enjoying a movie adaptation. For instance, I knew very little about Harry Potter, Dune, and even Taylor Swift until recently. Nevertheless, I found myself enjoying the movie adaptations of these diverse subjects. What is my rate? Ultimately, the film proved to be an enjoyable experience. If you haven't had the chance to see it yet, it's definitely worth watching. While there were some criticisms about the pacing of the movie, it's important to note that this didn't hinder the audience's engagement. In fact, the viewers were actively involved, cheering and clapping throughout the entire film. It's clear that they genuinely relished the experience. So my rating for the movie is 8 out of 10. Do not forget to tell me your rating out of 10, and then also do not forget to subscribe to the channel. Peace.